let's tackle the one reason why your guitar solos sound repetitive and boring. And oddly enough, it's going to be repetition that's going to get us out of it. You should think of this like a two-lane road. You're either creating really nice phrases and motifs and repeating those, or you're over here, you're creating a little bit of chaos, maybe doing some legato runs or sweep picking. Okay. What usually happens when we say, oh man, my solos are boring and repetitive, is we're falling right in the middle ground, which means the phrases rhythmically, especially, that we're coming up with are not interesting enough. But in our minds, we think that we're repeating them. So it's just sort of this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I'm not really going anywhere with that, right? It's not going to build, but because in our minds we're doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and still building phrases, we're like, oh man, this is like really repetitive and boring. Let's go into something more rhythmically interesting, and we're going to see how building off of that is actually going to help. If I have now I have a motif to build from, and it is going to sound like it's repeating, not that it's becoming boring and repetitive, okay? Because the boring part is just the uninteresting rhythm, okay? So now, when you do that, you have motifs to build off of. You also have motifs to juxtapose. So if I have maybe an A-B phrase, those two phrases back to back are so drastically different because of the rhythmic patterns. Even if I'm not playing off of a motif, but the rhythms of my phrases as I'm moving the story forward are compelling enough, it's still going to be pretty interesting. That still is, those 4 or so phrases, however you're sort of mapping those out, are still going to be interesting because I'm not playing anything stale and just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I want you to try that and not just fall into strong beats and really easy 8th note patterns, and try to mix up your patterns a lot. If you are going fast, a nice slow phrase can sound nice against that. And then if you're creating too much motif and phrases, you can always go over here and do some sweep picking and legato runs and stuff. So try that, don't fall into the stale patterns. If you're an intermediate guitar player and wants to bridge the gap between your creative ideas and what you're able to play, becoming fully fretboard fluent, comment pro below and we can get started.